Good morning from a bit twisted. Well, today I was able to bring the fiber that I made from my yucca plants, yucca leaves. It's a little tiny sample, and I'm going to actually put it on the spinning wheel and spin it. It's very little, but this is just my quick proof of concept on this particular fiber here. So we know flax fiber works just fine and all that stuff. And I am going to spin it counterclockwise just like I would flax, because this definitely has a natural turn to the left. It wants to spin counterclockwise. So okay, a little bit too much. Back way off on that bobbin. Still need to keep my... Okay. And I am going to do it dampening my fingers. Doing this in a very similar fashion as my flax. It is spinning up very nicely. So it feels a little bit coarser, but it's smoother. Not like a lot of fuzzies. I do have some of it kind of tight up here in my holder. I wasn't wanting it to be too terribly tight, but it's definitely working. There's a little bit of fuzz there. So definitely long enough to have it on a distaff. You could probably do this from the fold as well. Much larger bundle on the distaff would be better. Oh, this stuff feels like super strong. Okay, picking up too much. Try and control this drafting a little bit better. So let me get in a closer look before I finish this so you can see. Yeah, this is like pretty nice. Okay, so we're going to burn through this here real fast. And then I'm going to And then I'm going to ply this real quick. I'm not going to change the hooks on the bobbin because there's just so little that I'm spinning. And this fiber has been retted in the tank. Still have more to process. It's been a couple days longer in the tank than what you see here. And if I spent some time, I could actually make quite a bit of fiber. So spinning yucca fiber is quite similar. It feels like it's really strong. I may have said that already. So anyway, there was a break there, so I'm going to pull some of that out. And breaks, as usual, should be repairable. Just like anything else, I should be able to get this back in again and continue spinning. Come on. There we go. Got that. Okay. So we're going to kind of snug that up a little bit. Come this down a little bit. Put a little bit of fiber into here. that's spliced in just fine for that fiber. Don't ask me how many yards I'm getting right now because I don't know. When I'm done, I'll see if I can figure out how many yards. So for all you Yucca fans who want to try the Yucca stuff, you can definitely do more than just cordage with this. And by getting all that junk off the fibers, leaves you with fibers that are workable and not quite so brittle and not too likely that they're going to just fall apart. As far as I can go with this little bundle. Go. That's it. All done. So let me set this up for Andy and ply. Wrap it on my hand and then we'll ply this real quick. See what this looks like. So we're gonna stop for just a moment. Okay, so got it all wrapped on my hand. So we're gonna take it off my thumb and off the other side there. So then I'm gonna unscrew it off my finger. And I'm gonna take the two ends, put them on the wheel. I'm not gonna wet them. And this time we're going to spin it the opposite direction. Other thing is probably going to be a better So the issue I'm having here is the same issue as applying flax with this particular cloth. This particular cloth snags the fibers, so I can't smooth it down, so you can still see some fuzzies here, but the actual results of plying have been pretty darn good so far. So the goal is to try and flatten some of the fuzzies down as I go with the fingers before it actually gets twisted together, and that gives you a smoother, it's not 100%, but it's much smoother than what you had before. So I can get everything all wet, slightly damped. I have another way to dampen it, I just don't have it in front of me at the moment. And I did have a break when I was taking it off the bobbin, but I think that's okay. And so I got some of these longer fibers, and they just kind of spun right up in. And there we go. So all my sampling, my sample of yucca fiber has successfully been spun on the spinning wheel. Woohoo! Hello. So now okay, so now we're going to take the fiber off the wheel. Definitely just a little bit here, but I didn't process a whole lot. This is a total of 3 leaves that I processed. And this is the thread or string that I produced from that. That's pretty slick. So it still wants to twist on itself. So maybe I should spin it the other way? Maybe? Well, let's get some close-ups of this thread here, and then I'll figure out how many yards I made here. Probably not too many, but from 3 leaves, that's not too bad. Okay, let's get some close-up. Okay, so here's the string that I got from my yucca. This is definitely suitable for weaving, for any sort of thing that you might want to do. Might be good to wash this before weaving with it, and I will do that just to see what it's like. Wash it like any other Bast fiber, but it does still want to twist onto itself like that. And so there is spinning wheel spun Yucca fibers plied, 2-ply thread. You could wax it and use it to sew things with. You could sew things with it as is. So now let's go see how many yards I have. Okay, so officially I have 4.5 yards of fiber plied from 3 leaves of the yucca plant. And I did show the kind of leaf and all my other information. So on average, so to be generous, maybe 4 yards of thin plied thread from yucca fiber, and that's after it's been hackled and all that. So I think this is a viable source for people who have these kinds of plants available. Take the newly dead leaves that are brown, the newest ones, and use those. Definitely ret them a good week or 2 or more. It gets kind of nasty and gross, but it definitely helps get the fibers out, and then just work with it from there. And after it's all done, there is no stink in this anymore. I just took a whiff of it and all is good. So there you go, Yucca fans. That's what you can do. This is way better than just regular cordage. You can do so much more with that, and it's pliable. It's not breaking apart. None of that stuff. So there you have it, Yucca fans, from A Bit Twisted, and we will talk to you all later. Thanks for watching.